Hi everyone, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about my top 5 high-end foundations that you can get here in the UK. It's just going to be my top 5 foundations and some information about them. So coverage, shades, price, the finish and how much you get in the bottle. So if you're interested, please continue watching and let's get started. My first foundation that I really enjoy from like a high-end perspective is the Marc Jacobs Remarcable foundation. Looks like this. As you can see, it's got nice packaging. It has like the frosted glass bottle and the lid, nice black modern. So this foundation is a full coverage. I mean, very full. As soon as you put it on, you blend it out, you've got like a mask on. It's got 22 shades, which is pretty good. The deeper shades aren't the best. There's not a lot of selection if you're like a woman of colour or a man of colour. It's not the best, but they've got quite a lot. This is the palest shade they do, which is number 10, like Ivory Light. This is the best shade match in any foundation that I have. So if you're very pale, have a look. It has a very neutral undertone, which is quite good. But one thing I will say is the lid is shocking because of the way it's designed. It gets dirty really easily. It's a little twist off lid like this. Don't like touching it. And all the foundation seems to leak up into the lid. So it's not the best design, but the foundation's really good. It'd be nice if it was in a pump, but I don't know if, because of the way it's quite liquidy as well, so I don't know if it's got something to do with the consistency of it. It can't go in a pump, but if you can, Marc Jacobs, please put it in a pump. So the second foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Diorskin Nude foundation. As you can see, when you buy a high-end foundation, the packaging is a little bit more luxe. So obviously it's in a glass bottle, it's got a silver lid, also has a pump, which is nice. Now this foundation is a medium coverage. There's 12 shades. The shades in Dior, they do run quite yellow in this foundation anyway, so just bear that in mind when you're looking. If you've got that kind of skin undertone, it's going to be great for you, but if not, you may have to try and see what one you can get away with, which one blends out the best on your skin, and also don't forget to take it down your neck. So price is £35. It's more of a satin finish, definitely not matte but not full on dewy, and it is a 30ml bottle. This is probably one of my favourite foundations I've ever used. It's really versatile, so if I want to build it up I can, but it does also have a really natural finish. So the third foundation that I'm going to be talking about is the Lancome Teint Idole Ultra 24 Hour. Now this foundation is a medium to full coverage. You can get a really good full coverage out of this foundation. There are 40 shades. Now I don't know any other foundation that could probably beat that. They've recently revamped quite a lot of the shades, added some more. So I think that you're definitely going to be able to find your shade in this foundation. They've got a lot of shades for deeper skin tones. So I feel that most people are going to be able to find their shade in this. It's a matte finish, but it's not cakey looking. So it is quite matte, but it doesn't dry out your skin. It's quite a thin fluid. It has a pump, which is nice. This is the palest shade, again. This is 005 and it's a really nice match. Has a slight pinky undertone though, so bear that in mind, and I can work with this because I have a pinky undertone, but if you don't, it may look a bit funny on you, but they have got some really nice colours. Price is £31.50 at the moment. Once again, Lancome, they normally have some offers in John Lewis and Debenhams, like 10% off, so if you're interested, have a look when they're on sale. And it's a 30ml bottle, same as all the other foundations I've spoken about, but this is also a really nice foundation. Can build up to be quite a full coverage, so if you're looking for that, but then you also want one that's quite nice for daytime, has SPF in it as well, so bear that in mind. Next foundation I'm going to be talking about is the Urban Decay All Nighter foundation. Now this one has a very nice funky bottle. It's obviously got the silver with the pattern on the front. Now this foundation, as you can tell probably from the name, it is a very long lasting foundation. The coverage of this is full. It's not one that if you're looking for a dewy finish you'd go for this. You don't go for this if you're looking for natural dewy coverage. No. It's very full coverage, so if you're going out clubbing, or if you're going out for a really long night out, or you want it for daytime and you do something that's quite strenuous, so you might be sweating a bit, this foundation will probably hold up. It is very, very thick, so it does take quite a lot of blending out, and you need to do it in sections, because if you don't, it will dry. But there are 24 shades in this foundation. Sorry if I keep looking down, checking my notes. There are 24 shades in this foundation. The foundation shades are okay. This foundation, the one I've got here, is the lightest shade, 0.5. I'm pretty much the lightest shade in everything, if you haven't guessed already. Slight pinky undertone once again, but it is a nice foundation. It's £29 and it's matte. The finish is matte. No dew, no shine, no luminosity. Pure, full, matte, no. Nothing else. So if you don't want it, can look a little bit cakey in all honesty. So if you don't use it with a sponge and you do it with a brush, you may come to the risk of looking a bit cakey. But if you use a damp sponge, it does soak up a little bit of the products and blends it out a bit nicer. So, but overall it is a really nice foundation, and if I want full coverage and I'm going to be out for a while, I normally mix this with this, and you can imagine that is full coverage, but I like full coverage. So, but if you like full coverage, long wearing, this is also meant to be waterproof, so bear that in mind as well. Now my last high-end foundation will be this. This is the Dior Airflash foundation. Now this one is in an aerosol can, so I think some people might think, why is it in an aerosol can? So this foundation is a spray foundation. It actually has a spray at the top. As you can see, it's got a little sprayer. Now, this foundation is a medium coverage. If you want to, you can build it up to a full if you spray it onto a flat brush. So if you wanted a fuller coverage, you could spray it onto something like this and pack it on. But it is a medium just on its own. Now, 7 shades. 7. Not good. The shades aren't very dark either, so if you're a woman or a man of colour, no, it's not very good for you. This foundation is in the shade 100 for me, and it's a tiny bit dark still. I have to mix it with something else, but the finish is beautiful, very luminous, very airbrushed, looks very nice over the top of other foundations. So if you put a foundation on and you think, oh, it looks a bit texture, and there's a little bit of texture there, it's not very luminous, this foundation is beautiful. Beautiful. For fixing anything like that. £34.50, and it's, like I said, very luminous, dewy finish. Stays put a very long time. I don't know how it does that, but it does stay put a really long time. There are 70 mils in the bottle, but I know it sounds quite a lot, but you've got to bear in mind that it's a spray. So when you're shaking it up and spraying it out, you're probably wasting quite a lot. You can spray this directly onto your face like this. Very messy though. Just a con of this foundation, it is quite messy. If you're spraying it directly on your face, messy. If you're spraying it onto a brush, there is quite a lot of, like, the foundation does go spread quite a lot into the air, so bear that in mind. It is just a very nice foundation. Can be messy, not the best shades, but if you can find your shade and you are willing to pay £34.50 for an aerosol can, it is a beautiful foundation. So they are my top 5. If I had to pick my favourite, it would probably be this one. This is the Dior Nude. This would probably be my favourite foundation out of the top 5, just because it's very versatile. I can use it as a full or a medium coverage. The shade's pretty good for me, even though it's a tiny bit dark, it does look quite natural. I think the finish is nice, the satin finish, not too matte, not too dewy, but obviously if I do want to matte it down, I can use a powder. And yeah, I think this is my favourite one. That is it for this video. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you have, please make sure that you check out my other video, which is going to be the 5 drugstore foundations, and I will link that down below. If you like this video, make sure to like and subscribe, and I really hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye! So, the first oh, sugar.